Again, don't forget to subscribe to Syndicate Sports Detroit. I know we got a lot of people watching, but y'all don't hit the sub button like that, man. And that's why we do the call to action. So subscribe to the channel. Help us get to 2,500 by, you know what? Let's make it 3,000 by the start of the new league year. Studio getting built, a little studio set. So make sure y'all do that, man. Trying to compete with the big dogs out there, the guys that got all the money. But I saw this on Pride of Detroit, and this is the one I was looking for. I couldn't find it before, but I found it now, and I want to know what you guys in the chat feel about this. This was from Saturday. So we did the 4 potential free agents from Sunday's games that the Lions should look into potentially signing. Now we're going to look at Saturday. There are some free agents that are coming out that played on Saturday. And I know this guy was from Sunday, but Tony Pollard, man, with the broken leg, it's going to take a 3-month recovery. He's having surgery sometime this week if it's not already been had. I feel really, really bad for him because he definitely was going to have a market. He was the Dallas Cowboys offense when it came to the ground attack. So hopefully, he gets better soon. So these are 4 guys, and I think one of these guys is going to stand out. The first one came from Saturday's game, the Jaguars against the Chiefs. Now, this individual actually worked out for the Detroit Lions. He worked out for the Detroit Lions, but he decided to sign with the Jacksonville Jaguars. I actually thought, I made a video about this guy. I thought we were going to bring him in, but he chose the Jaguars. It looks like that was the right decision for him because he wound up going to the second round of the playoffs. That's right. Arden Key. Now, the Lions did, like I said, brought him in with the visit. He decided to sign with the Jaguars on a 1-year, $4 million deal, but it was incentive lace. We went with Charles Harris, and we drafted Aiden Hutchinson. Now, I like what I saw from Arden Key. He made some pretty goofy plays that cost his team on Saturday, but he is not bad, and we do need some pass rushers. But the thing is, we got Romeo O, we've got Julian, we've got John Kaminsky, and Arden Key is an edge guy. Would the Lions consider signing him? I'm going to say yes. Because we brought him in before. Maybe he decides to re-sign with Jacksonville. Maybe he decides to go somewhere else, or maybe he gives the Detroit Lions another shot. So I'm gonna say that it is possible that we could sign Arden Key. But we have 6 edge rushers under contract for next season. Harris, Romeo are very uncertain. So I'm not sure what we'll do there. Charles Harris didn't really do anything this year. So I could see a flip-flop. We get rid of Charles Harris and bring in Arden Key. I could see that. Number 2. Juju Smith-Schuster. I'm going to stay away from that. I'm going to say that is a negatory. We don't need anybody TikTok dancing and all that stuff. I think he learned his lesson last year, but I'm going to say no to Juju Smith-Schuster. I do think that we get a receiver maybe in the draft. I don't see a lot of free agent wide receivers, but if we did go free agent, Juju would be an option. But I'm going to say no to Juju Smith-Schuster. Let me know what you think. Another person I'm going to say no to is Landon Collins, who signed a big deal with the Washington Redskins at the time, was a Giant, came back to the Giants, and I think he's at that point in his career where now he's like a one-year deal type of guy, like a Deshaun Elliott. He's definitely on the tail end of his career, and I would have taken him at the start of the year, but I don't want him now. So I'm going to say no to Landon Collins. Let me know what you think. And Nick brought this person up earlier, CJ Gardner-Johnson, Eagles. He will be a free agent, and we need somebody in the secondary. We need a veteran, and we need help. We need help in that secondary. So I wouldn't mind. It really depends on what the market value is. Says, with Gardner-Johnson's rookie contract expiring, he will likely be headed to free agency after not being able to reach a contract extension with either the Saints or the Eagles. His services are expected to come at a high cost. Well, that's number one. But if you're the Detroit Lions, how would you feel about this? Spot Track's market value projections estimate he could receive a 5-year deal up to $70 million with $14 million per year average. I'm going to say there's no way. There's no way. Brad Holmes has not signed anyone longer than 2 years. So people coming to the city of Detroit they're not going to get these deals. They are not going to get these deals. So I'm going to say no to all of those for what they're projecting. Nick says, I would. Okay, you would. But Brad Holmes, look at Brad Holmes' track record. What is the longest, excluding Jared Goff, what is the longest deal that he signed? A free agent. Was it Charles Harris? Did he get a 3-year deal or a 2-year deal? I don't know. Khalif Raymond got a 2-year. DJ Chark got a prove-it deal. Deshaun Elliott, Mike Hughes, and Khalif only got the 2-year deal after the 1-year deal. So Charles got a 2-year deal. See, there you go. So the longest the longest signing of any free agent, Alex Anzalone, got 2 1-year deals. DJ Chark, he got a 1-year deal, but it's essentially a 3-year deal because we're paying him for two years, even though he might not be on the team. Y'all got to look at how Brad does things. CJ will probably want security, and Brad may or may not be willing to do that. Now, it could, in Brad's defense, it could be because of the money situation he was in. We have been in a tight situation money-wise, and that could be the reason that Brad Holmes has only signed 1- and 2-year deals. So it is possible that Brad opens up the playbook. So I'm not saying that he won't. I'm saying that he hasn't yet. But we definitely need some help in that secondary. And if it's a person that's worth it, I would definitely consider that. So let me know what you think in the comments below. Would you sign any of these 4 players? Landon Collins, CJ Gardner-Johnson, Juju Smith-Schuster, or Arden Key? I would sign Arden Key for sure if he wanted to, and I would consider CJ as well. It all depends on if the money is right. And don't forget to subscribe to Syndicate Sports Detroit for daily sports videos.